Hey, Jann Scott here with another Jann Scott Live. So, do you use these in your backyard? I do. I have like 3 of them set up. One of the things they do is now these Yellow Jacket trap cartridges, they collect wasps, hornets, and yellow jackets. They don't collect honeybees, even though yellow jackets and wasps are kind of pollinators. They sort of move things around a little bit, like on my tomato plants, but they don't have fuzzy like bumblebees and honeybees, so they're not really pollinators, but they'll sting the crap out of you, and they're kind of useless. What do you think about that? Then we got all these water restrictions, right? In Boulder, what are we allowed to water twice a week for 15 minutes or something? I don't know. Everybody has it's like destroying lawns, and I have flower gardens, so I have to get out there with my hose and water the flowers and tomato plants, and then I don't know, my lawn seems to be, I'm one of these people with a lawn. You? Well, enough people signed this petition. Here's the today's daily camera, and petition clears. So we want 5 commissioners for Boulder County Commission, because right now they're all women, and they're all leftists, and they're all Hispanic. So what does that tell you? It tells you that they're not necessarily going to serve Boulder County. That's kind of what I think. The city of Boulder, we have all sort of crazy leftist, progressive liberals but then they went and did something that capitalists did. They went and built these sky-high buildings in downtown Boulder. Who the fuck elected that? Who wanted that? All these buildings. I blame that on Aaron, Mayor Aaron. He was on the planning board before that. He's the one who read all those books about urbanization and density. Fucking stupid. Boulder was designed back in 1955 or 675 to have open space, a city with open space all around it, called the Danish Plan. Well, Aaron Brockett and all of those people on city council put an end to that. They scotched that, and what are they doing? They're fucking building buildings all over downtown. You can't drive, you can't ride a bike, you can't do diddly. Not Bo Diddley, but you can't do anything. They created this disaster, and I think Boulder, people in Boulder right now that run the system, the what do they call it? The bog, B-O-G, is it? They're as dumb as a box of hair. So now we've got this freaking nightmare, and I'm going to talk more about this in a second. Jann Scott with you with another Jann Scott Live. No, I'm not a Yankees fan. I'm a baseball fan. No, I love the Yankees, but I love the Giants, and I love the Dodgers, and I love the White Sox, and I love the Detroit Tigers. Who else? Oh, Colorado Rockies, of course. Oh, and look at this. Here, look at my T-shirt. Who's Captain America? I am. I'm the voice of reason, the voice of Boulder. Now, if I were to run for mayor, more importantly, if I were mayor, I should be mayor. Boulder should elect me, and we would solve a lot of problems, okay? So what would be some of the problems that we would solve? First of all, I'd open up public access television again and put me right back on there saying these things, because the city stopped me from being on public access, free speech, the free speech haven, because they didn't want to be criticized. You cannot criticize the government. You know where they took that from? Putin. He said that. If I were mayor, I'd fix that goofy police department. The one thing that they did was, and the sheriff's department too, is they cut off all scanner traffic to journalists. So journalists and the public cannot hear what the police department is doing. They hide everything, and then they turn all their body cameras off, and then they send out these reports, okay, and they lie to you. That's with that new police chief. And who allowed this to happen? Your Boulder City Council, Boulder City Manager. So I would fire the city manager, replace the council. The state legislature passed a bill that said cops can now turn off scanners and hide everything. Who originated that thought? Who do you think? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Who was it? Adolf Hitler in Mein Kampf. He wanted to shut down the free press and not allow anybody to follow. If I were mayor, I'd make that homeless shelter clean and sober. You have to come in, do alcohol testing, drug testing, everybody. And I'd open a wet shelter too. So someplace you can sleep on mats on the floor with drains, and then you get hosed off in the morning when you leave. But the overall homeless shelter, you have to have alcohol testing, you need to be sober, no drugs, and then you have to cook your own food. All these churches that come and cook food for the whole... No! They're all drug addicts out there. And then you have to get a job. You either have to get a job or be looking for work. Every day, re-enter the mainstream of life. I would stop the free giveaway at the Boulder Homeless Shelter. I know all about that. You know I do. Let's clean that place up. Camping in Boulder, that would come to an end. We would remove all the camps immediately. And then everybody who kept camping, throw them right in jail and deport them right out of Boulder. So you have two options: 90 days in jail, or we are going to give you a bus ticket to your favorite place, Mexico, Arizona, any place but here. No more camping on the creek path. It would end. And I would open a tent city for those people, a tent jail that is fenced in, okay? And if you're in the fenced in jail, you have to work every day. You have to clean up, all right? Take showers, wash your clothes. No more of this bullshit, defecating all over the creek path, all over the library. Whoever allowed that is completely insane. Yeah, the homeless camps would be gone on day one of my being mayor. Sanctuary city for Mexicans and everybody else, that would end immediately. The Trump administration has shut down all federal funding to NOAA, NCAR, NIST, and everything, all the grants to the university. I would cooperate with ICE. I'd say, okay, let us know where you're coming for, who you're coming for, and we will not stand in your way. But we want our money back. I'd go right to the White House and meet with Donald Trump and say, we'll give you what you want with ICE, give us what we want. Now, just remember that ICE has been operating for a long time. Clinton cooperated with ICE, Obama cooperated with ICE, and so did Biden. Yeah, they yelled and screamed and made a lot of noise, but they cooperated. Meanwhile, Boulder, we are so screwed. We will lose billions of dollars, and the city will go into a complete depression over the next couple of years. So you make me mayor, I'll go to the White House within the first week of being mayor and cut a deal with Donald Trump and his administration. All right, enough. That's it. Jann Scott, Boulder's Voice of Reason, talk show host. Am I going to run for mayor? No. If you guys want me to mayor, write me in. Chances of my being elected mayor probably not the greatest. I know there are a lot of people that watched me on TV that really liked me when I was on public access television. The problem is the city is essentially run like the Third Reich. I mean, it just is. Jann Scott, out.